I went for Black Adam about a week ago. I went for Black Adam last week, and I goddamn have a lot of comments to make. Now, keep in mind that if you are a DC fan, you are most probably going to be offended, cause in all honesty, I hated what I saw, and that is fine. If you guys do not agree with my opinion, that is fine. Everyone is allowed and entitled to their own opinions, even though you guys are just minors and toddlers who disagree with me. Anyways, I went for the movie about a week ago. I was very excited because Marvel has been a shithole for the past few movies and shit. They've ruined my favorite characters, and they seem so deemed on ruining their entire franchise with the stupid shit that they're doing. So I was very excited to see Black Adam, especially since Dwayne Johnson was in it. And I will say this now: if The Rock wasn't cooking in that movie, the movie wouldn't have that much hype. Okay, I will go on a limb and I will say that I will be crucified by the DC fans for saying that.
Torches! Get your torches! Pitchforks! Can't be an angry mob without pitchforks!
Cotton candy! Get your cotton candy! Can't throw right without tying!
But it's fine. Now, I consider myself a very casual watcher of the DC franchise. Even Marvel, I wouldn't say I'm a very heavy watcher, and so you guys cannot take my word as serious or my review of this entire movie as serious. So if you want to click away instead of going down the comments and murdering and butchering me for having my opinion, you could just leave my video. Watch another video, watch another bimbo or another moron who's similar to you. So the first thing I hated about the movie was the pacing felt very off. It felt like it was just sped up, especially with the dialogues. I could take a toddler and he would write an almost similar script to what they wrote in the show. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of action, but how long will action carry a movie if there's nothing else to watch? Like, the plot is very simple, but at the same time very unrealistic. The characters very unrealistic. The mom is the most cringy character I have ever seen. She's so supportive, and she's so, like, even when her son gets kidnapped, there's a lot of spoilers also here and there. When her son gets kidnapped also, instead of worrying about it, she just watches Black Adam fight with the Falcon fellow. I'm going to name all of them also rubbish because I'm not a DC fan. I mean, I'm not a DC fan. I love Shazam and I loved not Aquaman. Shazam and Aquaman. Yes, I like those two movies. So Black Adam was a very very upsetting thing to watch. What else can I say about the movie? The dialogues, right? Most of them just felt like one-liners that were being vomited onto the screen just to give context to the scene that just passed or the scene that's going to come through. They were just one-liners explain. It would be like me making this video and just saying Black Adam sucks, because what I'm going to rant about is Black Adam sucks. Okay, that was a very bad analogy. That was a very bad example. But once you watch the movie, you realize that most of the dialogues are just there. Most of them are just there for, like, she said, it's his turn to say. They've followed the basic scripting of how I used to write scripts back in the day. Your turn to say something, so I'll put you a word. Your turn to say something, so you say a word. There's no emotion, especially the son. The son is another character who I hate. Okay, he has zero emotion, and maybe he's a great actor. Maybe he was selected from nepotism. I don't know, but he also sucks. Okay, when it comes to his acting. Maybe he's a great actor. I'm just being rude for the sake of the video at this point because I know I'm going to get a lot of hate anyways. But his acting also makes no sense. He's accomplished nothing. Like, his main storyline in the entire movie is just be the Mikasa to the Eren Yeager. He does nothing. He's just running around pretending to be great, like he's doing something. I feel like they tried to copy Shazam in a way, but in Shazam it made sense because Shazam's friend, I forgot his name, I'm going to get butchered for that also. He at least guides him properly on what to do, what not to do. In this, it's just a guy forcing a demigod or whatever he is to become better and save the world. They're basically forcing him. And I get the whole plot that he's supposed to be an anti-villain, But in the entire movie, he's barely done anything anti-villain. Apart from like killing a few people, he's done, I would say, nothing wrong. I don't think that's what describes an anti-villain. I'm pretty sure in most of the superhero movies, at some point, unintentionally, every superhero has caused someone to die because their decision or not being there to save them. So technically, by the logic that this Black Adam is anti-villain, most of them are anti-villain. Another thing that was not exactly mentioned, and so I consider myself a casual watcher of movies, and there must be maybe a majority or a minority group of viewers such as myself who don't exactly do their homework before watching a movie. We just go for the hype, or if something excites us, we go. We don't like doing the whole getting to know the character and all that. And fine, you can say that that's our fault as viewers. But what if you go for the movie and you don't understand shit? Like there was a time I could tell you to just go watch Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3 and you will still understand what the story is about. I could tell you go watch Aquaman and you would still understand what the story is about, because those are introduction movies which give a good story without you having to follow the entire DC lineup or whatever. Like you don't have to know the comics or the whatever to come to know how the story begins. In Black Adam, you don't know why, and it's all over the place. Even the other characters, the other superheroes, none of their powers are just explained. They just get a very badass introduction. I'm assuming that's what the writers were going for. But I feel like they had a much better introduction given to the superheroes in Suicide Squad. Because in that one, they were actually bad scenes. So they give the introduction of the name and then what are their powers and what. In this, it was just like trying to make the characters and the superheroes that were trying to save the world sound cooler than they actually are by just giving them a badass introduction without even showing why they are badass in the first place. There was nothing to hold on to, you know? Even Golden Helmet, halfway through the movie, I'm going to call him Golden Helmet, I don't know what his powers. I watched the whole movie and I still don't know what his powers are. And I'm going to get comments explaining, I don't want to see the explanation of what his powers are. It's too late for me. It's too late. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter how it makes you feel. Oh no.
Even the chemistry between Green Tornado and Atom, for some reason Atom's face looks a lot like Deadpool, which I couldn't help notice. They try to create fake chemistry between them. Like I think that's like the first time they meet in their entire life, and all of a sudden they just expect that they should be kind of romancing over there. I don't know, because they were trying to make them get closer without actually having any reasons or creating any closure or any kind of bonding. You know, they were just trying to get close forcefully. Like the writers just said, you all need to get close and make it look like your little thing or whatever, just so that we could have a romantic kind of theme in the movie somewhere. I would have preferred if they just made the mom and the son have some kind of
What are you doing, step bro?
I get that it's a story and it's a movie, and at the end of the day, it has a lot of action that you guys can watch. I'm just saying that I was disappointed, and I hate that most of the reviews are hyping it up like it's the greatest thing ever, when it's clearly not, at least in my books. And I'm sure there's going to be people that agree with me, even though I'm just a blatant idiot on the internet. I get that they're supposed to be characters from a fictional point of view. I get that. But what I'm trying to say is that when you're watching a movie like this, right, especially as a viewer, one that's a bit more mature. Now, do not confuse this. I am not matured in any way. I am the most unmature person you will ever meet. Fart noises make me laugh, so I'm very unmatured. But what I'm trying to say is that there should be some point of relatable characters. Like the mom, if I compare myself, that if I was the son and Black Adam and whatever, and that was my mom would have, first of all, cried and screamed, which would have obviously not helped. Blamed me for somehow ruining whatever. But the mom in that is so strong and so chill, and like I get they're trying to make her powerful, whatever. But the character isn't believable, right? I don't think I know any moms. Maybe that's comes from the Indian heritage or wherever I stay from. But none of those moms that I know would react the way she did. I'm pretty sure the moms I know would do the same thing. Cry and scream and keep making more noise, which is maybe helpful to create a distraction, or make you the walking target so that the enemies and terrorists can shoot you. I don't know. Even the son isn't a character that you can actually relate with and believe. I don't know half the time why he's on the skateboard. That makes no sense. Why is he on the skateboard half the time? I am going to end it here. All I'm going to say is that I was very excited when I went for the movie, mainly because I watched a lot of reviews and I went for the fucking Dwayne Johnson. No, I'll say that nicely. I went for Dwayne Johnson and I was highly disappointed. But look, it is what it is. I watched the movie. Thank you for listening to my rant. It went on for 11 minutes straight. There will be some of you that are commenting in the comment section right now of how I am an idiot who knows nothing about the DC. Some of you guys will even be firing me bad words. To you guys I say, I don't care. But